Yeah.
Competition.
You do have
In
to enjoy
30
life once in a
seconds.
while. So if it's your birthday and you want to eat an Oreo sundae, and you know, that's what I did. I ate an Oreo sundae with a cherry on top, and it was glazed with sugar, and it was good. And it was my birthday, and I figured
8
life is only
seconds.
lived once, enjoy it. But other than that, I had a pretty light meal. I had shrimp. That's pretty and crab. That's pretty much what I ate. But you got to enjoy yourself once every minute. I love junk food. It's better than not eating like I usually do. Under eating is arguably worse. Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know if I agree with that. I read somewhere that fasting and not eating for several days straight cleanses the body of a lot of toxins and can prevent cancer, and you lose a lot of weight doing that. I like the idea of the caveman diet. It's very kind of like masculine, but it's also kind of like I can't eat shit like bacon and lard every day, but I can have a steak and we're supposed to eat like how our ancestors eat. Like we're supposed to have a little bit of some vegetable. Should have like some maybe some grain was kind of created like 7,000 years ago, so it's in us anyway. So why not eat grain? I'm not against eating grain or bread. So we're supposed to have like some healthy wheat type breads or multigrain breads, a little bit of vegetables, a tiny bit of fruit, and a lot of protein. And we're supposed to get regular exercise and expose ourselves to the sun. And also fasting and sleep. And then if you want to pig out, like eat that fucking pizza, you do that once every if you're undisciplined, I would do once every 2 weeks, eat junk food. But if you are really committed to losing weight, do it once a month. My ancestors ate meat and shit. It is. It is. Like I was thinking like I'm friends with a couple of vegans, and the way they talk about us meat eaters, they think like they're like a better species or more moral. Like they're Christians and we're like these savages that need to convert. But they're nice enough people for me to be, associated with them. I mean, I'm not socializing with militant vegans, but I mean, I like the concept they say is like their propaganda was I was almost falling for it, but then I realized like, protein is you don't have to eat like cheeseburgers and shit, but just like steak is fucking healthy for you. So is fish. So is eggs. Both the white part and the yellow part. Anybody who says either says otherwise is full of shit and don't know what the fuck they're talking about, dude. Like the whole egg is healthy. Like cholesterol, you shut the fuck up, dude. And they have to tell everybody they're a vegan. Like saying, I would be kind of more embarrassed to be a vegan, especially for my social status. But I did experiment with it. I was thinking, okay, I'll be a closeted vegan. Fuck it, because I was kind of being brainwashed by these people. I tried it for 2 weeks, and I felt like shit the entire time. And then I was like, you know what, fuck this shit, and I basically bought like a whole bunch of like I threw out all my products of soy and then in the garbage, and I bought a bunch of meat, and after 2 days I felt like a young again. Like I felt like an old lady when I was eating like nothing but vegetables and fucking non-protein. You need your protein, dude. Your parents didn't feed you growing up, remix. That's awful. What the hell happened? I need to chill the fuck out. Sorry, guys. Grim says politics is a pointless conversion. Frog. There is one world government. The New World Order is inevitably all we can do is enjoy the collapse. I suggest you turn out from that BS. And you were responding to Frogs. Spain granted citizenship to 500,000 illegal immigrants yesterday. Thoughts on illegal mass immigration into Europe? It's bad, in my opinion, but hey, what's up, Mr. Dags? How you doing?
Doing all right. Actually, forgot that I said that I would come on, and I only woke up an hour ago.
I didn't even get your messages, Dags, because I was probably already streaming. I'll check. Um,
I mean,
I don't see anything. Um, you were messaging me on Discord.
yeah, I'm saying I agreed. You asked me to come on Wednesday, and I agreed. And I
You were
woke
talking
up.
on voice chat. Okay, I'm sorry
Yeah,
about that.
I woke up like an hour ago.
Yeah, that that spooked me. I live in an apartment building, and there's always banging and slamming of doors and people talking loud. I'm just wondering if I'm like making too much noise or or if it's just people being assholes or stupid, or maybe I don't know. So you woke up an hour ago, man. You definitely are a very much a night owl. I was just talking about that to Brent about like sleeping all throughout the day and being up all night as a neat. I mean, you might as well do that.
I just have a rotating sleep schedule because I just don't care.
I had a job where I worked night shifts, and it kind of made me experience that. But did you work night shifts at UPS, or didn't mean to
Yeah,
offend you by bringing that up? I know you hated your experience there, thinking about work.
yeah, I worked night shift, and that didn't make me a night person. It just my sleep just rotates, and sometimes I would sleep in late or miss work because of it because I was asleep. Eventually, it rolls over to when my shift is. The most I try to do now is I try to not be asleep for this time for the Friday streams. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, Friday streams, man. I saw your Friday stream. You were oh, I saw some of it, but I didn't remember what you were talking about. I
Yeah, because I have, you know, also I have to kind of be up in the daytime in case my dad needs a ride somewhere because he did today. Yeah, I fell asleep at 6 in the morning and then he woke me up 2 hours later. Then I had to drive him. Then I passed out again.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, okay. I was responding to Remix here. I was like questioning his why his parents didn't feed him growing up, and from what I see of Remix's videos, he seems like a gym cell, um, which is fine. You know, that's he works out and he streams. He said single mother parent. I'm gonna assume he's talking about his family and where he grew up. He says single mother playing video games all day, didn't really think about eating. Also, growing up vegetarian early years and soy milk didn't help. Okay, yeah. Um, if my wife was like that remix, I would remind her to actually care for her kid too and make sure she cares for herself. Parents need to take care of their kids. I agree with you, Brent. There's a lot of people who are just irresponsible and like to breed because they're sex haver retards and they create non-existent sentient life to be forced into sentience and to experience the hell of this existence without their consent. And then eventually they'll pass on to the unknown and they will become what they were before birth, before conception, whatever. Um, I think he does. Let's see. Do you stream? It looks like he streams. I'm going to his channel. No, that's your channel, Brent. Sorry about that. Here's Remix says. Go to channel activity. Go to. There you go. Is I see lives. Quick mess. I see a bunch of shorts. He has a lot of shorts of himself working out. And let's see his videos. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I see one stream and a bunch of gaming stuff. That's about it. I'll subscribe to, yeah. So, your video game idea for Friday, you said what game was it?
I was I, I forget who asked. I think it was VA6 or Oni or somebody. They asked they asked about how like my journey to discover universal symbols, like finding a symbol that has universal meaning no matter where it is. Uh, like how they
Oh, like
for
how like when people see um the radiation symbol and they will like even if you can't read in that language, you can like understand that symbol. It means bad for you or it's striking, stay away.
yeah, like that's like with the black spiky landscapes they designed for toxic waste dumps. They designed these places to be universally recognizable across like creatures and time for them to recognize that it's a bad thing and to stay away from it. But that's still not universal because not everything will not everything's like an earth creature that has an adverse reaction to black spiky landscapes. Like the radiation symbol, they were discussing it. They said that it's not universal enough because it has the appearance of like an angel, which might indicate that it's a good thing. But the biohazard symbol looks more like something weird and dangerous, even if you don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely a rather bizarre symbol. I remember looking at it the first time when I was a kid and was like, "Whoa, this seems like dangerous." And my father pointed at it. I think I was like 5 or 6 years old. He says, or seven, and says, "That's the dangerous symbol of biohazard. It means don't fuck with it." I was like, "Okay." And it really did look pique my interest, as a kid.
Yeah,
Biohazard symbol.
yeah, it's a symbol that I think DuPont randomly made up. They just made it up because it looks like nothing else and it looks very striking and easy to print and dangerous.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a it's pretty creepy looking. Like, no, it looks like, okay, you have thorns around it in circles, and in another circle like you're striking eyes. And it's just like, and it really does get people. Yeah,
And the thing about it, though, is that that's as close to universal as a symbol can get, and that's still not universal.
mm,
It still wouldn't have the same meaning or reaction to beings across all possible configurations of reality.
mm. Um, do you believe in well, let's just say this. Do you think that this is our only reality, or do you think there's multiple realities out there and different timelines of people existing?
Well, I
I
only
don't want to
believe
get
in them,
schooled in
and
quantum physics here because I'm kind of a retard, but I'm just curious
I don't
about
really. It's good to believe in it in theory. I haven't seen anything to indicate that there's other timelines or other universes. It's just it seems that the laws of physics of this universe, there it has nothing to do with interdimensional barriers or time travel other than moving forward. Uh, it's just that in theory, with metaphysics are independent from any laws of physics. So the state of being would be the same no matter if there are other universes or if magic exists or not. Like you could find aliens or rock monsters made of magic crystals. There can be no gravity. People can bend reality with just their mind, and that wouldn't change metaphysics.
mm,
That's that's why it's good to acknowledge that in theory. But yeah, that's pretty much what my search for universal symbols ended up ending at was just the abstract and metaphysics, and that's what the game was about. It was about a kid who was being experimented on by some rogue group that found out how to like nurture psychic abilities. And part of the process was he was supposed to go cast down all these symbols and aesthetics,
Uh-huh.
and then he would piece together like the greater truth. He would find actual spiritual enlightenment, and then that would develop his magic abilities. I mean, magic has nothing to do with metaphysics or spiritual enlightenment, but that was the point of the game.
Thoughts on loosh farming? Henry Holes, 88. That was a funny comment. Henry Holes, 88 says, I'm going to teach my kids the Star of David is the biohazard symbol. Ha ha ha. Funny joke. But, energy vampires, probably. I've heard of energy vampires. They basically like to be around and suck up your energy for themselves, and then they become more uppity and powerful, while others, just feel tired dealing with them.
Both got kicked out. This can't play here.
Yeah, that's something I don't really like giving mystical analogies for mundane things happening so much. Like energy vampires are just that's just like an abusive person that just wants to realize themselves by making you feel like shit. That's just a norm. That's like just what a bully is.
Yeah.
And like obviously capitalists want to siphon your existence through your labor. They want to steal your wealth. They want to drag you into work and have you be functional enough that they can drain you to near death and then repeat the cycle. But that's just mundane.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell is with work? You have to go to a place for hours and they pay you very little. So, I mean, I should be entitled to a free fucking place to live and free internet and free health care. And, most things should be like, taken care of. But, I can understand paying for some things, but like with the money we have and how the government can just totally change to benefit every citizen, it's evil how like just really rich people just take advantage of everyone else. I fucking hate rich people, and I understand why like people might get find such things like communism attractive, but a lot of the normies flock to it and make it cringe. Plus, it killed millions of people.
Yeah, we need manly socialism with
Yeah.
immigration controls.
Yes.
We need like I mean Stalin was the one who killed all those people, but we need like a more masculine leadership, not a bunch of transgender losers that advocate weird, inane, stupid things. Just like an actual working class vanguard that puts muscle into things is what we need. Yeah, which I mean, there's nobody in the communist sphere I would really trust too much. Like it's kind of embarrassing that the American Communist Party is the best shot at that. That's not really impressive. We just need uh, we just need to break this conditioning where all Americans think that they're embarrassed, temporarily embarrassed millionaires, so that they actually want a society that they pay into it and it actually gives things back instead of just being a rich pedo corruption scheme. I think we need the right. That's why when I talk to like right wingers, I try to make sure, well, you know about like capitalists and class and stuff, right? Because that's
Yeah.
like, if you don't know that, any movement you do will be corrupt and fail unless that was your goal and you're just a grifter.
Yeah. What's up? Okay. I accepted an invitation to join. What? Hold on. Did you join? Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little confused. What was happening? I didn't hear the question you asked, Brent. I apologize for that. The party leader? Okay. Okay, resend me the invite. Uh, Let me just get to it. Hold on. Accept. Got it. Thanks, man. All right. I accepted. I didn't know you had so a party leader does what? Are you in this are you in the game? Yeah, where are you? Are you red team? So Dags, I how has everything been going for you? I understand you're going through a lot, I heard.
Everything sucks and it's getting worse, but it's still comfortable for now. So I'm just trying to enjoy the current moment. Trying to finish or work on some things. I mean, not much is different.
You're yeah. So you're not getting to work so you're not getting back to work anytime soon? Which is I don't blame you.
at least,
You have
maybe
another.
longer. Depends on depends on what happens. I mean, I still have like over a month of food stamps because I don't eat much and I eat cheaply. Like I drink water and occasionally some iced tea, so hard to save money.
Have you ever lived alone, Dags?
Uh, no, not really.
So you have always lived with what, relatives?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I mean, that kind of like sucks. When I started to live on my own, I was kind of like awkward about it, but I got used to my social settings. I mean my situation, not my social settings, but like taking care of everything, paying rent on time, cleaning the place because if you didn't clean your place, your apartment would smell like shit. You know, making sure like you don't want anything dirty, and on top of that, it's like, I get lazy. That's my problem, is I'm really fucking lazy. So, my kitchen is like the last thing I clean. I clean everything else in my house pretty much. I vacuum at least once a week. In fact, I'll probably do that tomorrow morning because I don't have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm enjoying a very blessed day streaming with Dags and all of you guys here. Getting my 48 hours of freedom before I have to, you know, go back to the plantation, I guess.
That's why I would prefer to live somewhere small because I don't like cleaning. I don't really want to do anything. It would be a rough transition, of course, but you do get kind of used to it. I mean, you never get used to working over 40 hours a week. That always sucks forever.
Yeah, you never get used to working over 40 hours a week.
You always want to stop and you want it to end.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, absolutely. It's like when I'm at work, like at the end of my shift, like work doesn't start sucking until like for me around the third hour of my 10-hour shift. Like the morning time is kind of okay. I'm at work. I just accept this is what responsible adults do, and I do whatever it needs to be done. I take a little bit of a break, try to drink my coffee, but then I realize, oh, I'm worrying about something I'm doing, and I get back to it, and then like I'm worrying and just doing all these tasks, and then like they throw more shit on me, and then 3 hours go by, and I'm like, fuck, I'm still here. I have I have like 7 more hours to go, and then it's like pretty much. After like the fifth hour, you're just like, wow, this is my existence. This is bad. This is what I have to do endlessly, and then by the last 2 hours you're there, you just feel like borderline like bombs have been going off, and you're having some kind of shell shock. Like you feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's what I would say all the time after UPS. Is it feels like I was like my head is ringing and tingling, like I've been getting bombed for hours.
Like the last 5 hours of work suck horribly, you know. But like just being there is in general, just knowing you have to do this endlessly every day, and they only give you 2 days out of the week to have some freedom, and it's fucking just it's and you can't afford to do the things you really need to do in life. That's pretty horrible, you know. And people, these retards voting people like Trump, who is probably, a billionaire pedophile that, you know, just basically lead the charge for capitalists to enslave people.
Yeah, and they will always try to do that. I'm just wondering why every job that's available has to be the most exhausting, tedious work where it's the most difficult to get through it and turn your brain off while doing it. Like it should at least be some driving jobs that pay like 20 or more an hour. That would be easier to do. It's like I could pass a drug test and I've never had an accident. There's no, you can't really, I can't get a driving job apparently. Like that would be like the only real way to deal with work is to have a job that you're not constantly working for the entirety of it. Like there's got to be a job where you're just sitting and doing nothing and you have downtime throughout the day instead of just stacking boxes or washing dishes or cooking food the entire time. Because a lot of people they they like normies brag about when they get paid to do nothing. Like that's actually the goal. They don't give one fuck about productivity. That's just something they use to like bully you in the moment, but they sure as fuck don't want to be productive. Like just having a job driving a van or a truck or something would at least be easier to deal with.
Yeah, would you get into like being a truck driver? Do you have like you or do you have like the means to get like a certification in truck driving?
Costs like $8,000 or something.
Mm, 8,000.
Plus, you also need experience now, even though they hire Indians without driver's licenses. Well, Americans need experience.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. Yeah, and they lie about probably having experience too. They lie about that's fucked up.
Yeah, and it's not a fucking. I know they have to. I know most normies are retarded, and if you're a business owner, you need to filter out the retards, but you're also filtering out anybody who's competent and just can't afford the training or doesn't have experience yet because they were never hired yet. Because I mean, it's so.
Well, yeah, some people just want too much on their plate for a beginner. So what if somebody's clumsy or late a few times? But like, but I'm talking about like when people try to actually put in effort to learn the work, learn the trade, get involved, even if they have like maybe 2 months experience. That's enough to probably get hired and do their thing as a truck driver. I would hope. Like you really don't need. What you said? How much years of experience do they want?
It's like
Like
2 years, just like for everything else.
so you can't say, "Oh, I drove a like." So you have to like start. So you have to take training, plus you have to have 2 years of experience. But how do you get 2 years of experience if that's the rules? That doesn't make any sense.
I guess you have to sign up with like Walmart or UPS in an exploitative contract where you get
So a big
underpaid, and
business is going to help you just learn to drive a truck for Walmart and shit.
it's basically just a way to put you into a vulnerable position where they can exploit you.
Oh God, yeah. I've been through that, man. I hear you.
And it's ridiculous because driving a truck isn't that complicated. The only hard part is how to maneuver your trailer at intersections and backing it up onto a loading bay and then checking like your leaf springs and bullshit, which is something you can honestly figure out in one fucking day. Like just imagine like 30 years ago, you just like they still had truckers licenses, but it would have been so dirt cheap, and it would have been so easy to just hop in the truck. And then before that, like if you go back 50 years, fucking you literally you just have a driver's license, you just hop in a truck and you drive it. Like the only driving jobs that I could get are things that pay like $11 an hour to drive a van around. That doesn't even cover the cost of a fucking car. Oh, and the labor market is so oversaturated too that they can just demand that you use your own car, and then they will always find someone who's stupid enough to do that. All this fucking training and experience bullshit. It's complete. It's complete horseshit. It's like a giant scam, and capitalists and unions and the tradesmen are all in on it to like inflate their own value, to put people in vulnerable positions, to subordinate fucking new people coming into the field. Like if they just told me, hey, we'll pay for your training, just come to trucking school for like 1 or 2 months, and then we'll just put you in a truck. It's like, yeah, that would happen. I would be in that truck 2 months later. It's that simple. but we live in hell, and society is not meant to benefit us. So it's only meant
Yeah.
to lull us into a false sense of comfort enough that we agree to be slaves, even though we're being coerced into agreement. Like if I guess if like my dad died and what I don't know how much money he's gonna leave me. I know it's gonna be like at least thousands, but that could be like 5,000 to I don't know 50 or something. And if I had that money, I guess I would just move next to a trucking place and go to school, and then I'll have a steady flow of income and a relatively easier job compared to stacking boxes or making food. It's just retarded that pe- people kept telling me that
Yeah.
if you just like don't do drugs, just stop doing drugs for like a month. There's so many places you can get hired at that gets you into the good jobs. That was complete bullshit. I'm completely sober and have been for 3 years, and there's no jobs. Nobody cares.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could wash dishes for $12 an hour at some biker bar.
Yeah, fucking whether or not you're on drugs doesn't even fucking matter. It's like even all this training bullshit, even like trying to be a mailman, I have to drive fucking 40 minutes both way, 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back to get to the training facility so that I can work at a fucking building down the street. Like, that's fucking retarded. Like no fucking wonder if it's even true that you can't get enough people. Like no fucking wonder. And all that amounted to was me driving out there and then driving back so that I could get an email saying I didn't get the job anyway. So complete waste of gas.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, people just go try to get boomers tell you to just go to the job and demand the job, and then you get to the job, and then the guy says, who are you, how did you get in here, security, or they basically you meet a receptionist. Gives you like, go to our website, sir, and then you leave, and then you get a rejection, a letter, email, rejection email, like 12 months later.
It's even funny. Yeah, that'll happen. Like, you can't just walk into places. Obviously, they're fucking retards.
Yeah,
But you know,
that's how boomers treated us. Like, go there and ask for a job. That's fucking retarded. Businesses don't do. I mean, there are people who need work, but people are poor.
yeah, your local steel mill needs a retard to get injured without workers' compensation for like $9 an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's not really a job. And it's funny. It's like I even went to when I actually went in and applied at the post office. Like the black woman working there, she was actually hyped about me working there because I guess I impressed her. I was just ready to work, and
Maybe she liked you.
I mean maybe, but I at least just gave the impression that I would have been a good worker. And then once it got delegated out to Pittsburgh, 40 minutes away, it just it just it just got completely undone.
Was it like did you work at the one in Pittsburgh in the west part of Pittsburgh?
That's where they told me to go for training.
Okay, I did briefly have one day of training there because they were telling me they would give me like um $80, and I went there and I was like, fuck this. And that I spent like what, 10 hours there just lifting boxes and putting them in the truck.
Was
I
that
didn't even
was
What's
that
up?
for the driver job?
Uh no, that was just stacking boxes.
They make you go to the training facility to stack boxes.
Oh, really? So
Wait, no, no, I'm asking you. Like, were you working there, or were they training you?
they were training me.
So they did make you go to the training facility just to be a box stacker.
Uh well, yeah, it was in what it was. I think it was in the neighborhood of I don't I want to ask you like on private chat. Like I don't want to say the exact location out of doxment. But fuck it. I'll say it was in Crafton, Pennsylvania. People could look that up anyway. And I trained there for like one day and I said nope.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't go. That's why I was even at the post office because they had driver jobs allegedly open, and I didn't want to fucking stack boxes anymore. I wanted to like at least drive a fucking vehicle. And
Just
if it,
one fucking day of it and I was like, nah, I'd rather just risk homelessness than do this every day.
no, I'm not. I'm not stacking boxes anymore. I'll stack boxes for like some of the day. I don't have a problem doing it some of the time. Not
It
4 to 12 hours. I'm done doing that.
yeah.
I've done that for 7 years. I definitely put in my time. Like that's I don't know why that's so absurd that for me to just like have a job driving a vehicle and get paid enough to live. So since things are that fucked, I'm also I had the eye problems for like 2 fucking years. I guess I've adjusted to it now. I mean, my eyes are still fucked up, but I can kind of work around it.
Oh my god. So like you're you're not legally blind, are you?
No, I'm not blind enough.
But like you can't without contacts or glasses, do you see just like blur? Because my my vision sucks. I take off my glasses like I'm doing right now in front of my computer screen, and it's very fuzzy. And I'll try to play it, but I really can't like see any words. I can't see any um signs or anything. I could kind of make out the gun and the platform and the red characters, and I squint my eyes a little bit. I can kind of like see like kind of see if I can kind of like understand what it means. But yeah, my vision sucks like hell. One of the reasons why I don't really want to have kids, but
Yeah, I can't see anything without contacts. Not even glasses work. I can't I can't see more than like 6 inches in front of my face, I guess.
okay, you can't say 6 inches in front of your face. Wow, it
I mean,
becomes
even
that blurry.
yeah, I can't see anything. I'm completely useless without contact lenses.
Yeah, I too have a extremely bad vision problem. I wear
Like if I
duct.
got if there was a draft for the military, I wouldn't be able to prove that I can't see, and I would have to waste a month of their time for them to find out that I can't see without contact lenses specifically.
Yeah.
I can't use glasses. It's retarded. I can't. And also, I tend to uh, I sit in this recliner and I recline back, and I can barely see shit on my computer monitor. I'd have to like squint, and I can watch stuff. I can type stuff if I blow up the text really big, but I can't play games or fucking do it. I can't like program or do anything like that. Yeah, wages are stagnating, even though there's more dollars than have ever existed in the last 10 months, just from Trump printing money. And despite the inflation, you still start at, if you're lucky, maybe $16 an hour, where you can't afford anything and you have to constantly beg your employers, which is exactly what they want. They want you to be vulnerable and have to beg them for the pleasure of slavery.
Wages hardly risen, absolutely. Like I had a started off at a plumbing job and they paid me $11 an hour after a year of fucking abuse. Um I asked for a raise in a year and they said we don't do raises here. I can't fucking survive off $11 an hour. That's retard shit. And I was being paid by a bunch of really selfish boomers and they just wanted to say, "Oh, he's just an easy retard to exploit." Plus I didn't have any benefits.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want. That's how they want you to live. And they want you to beg for that. That's what's running society. That's what people need to realize. people
That's
doing the
probably yeah.
maximum amount of evil that like nobody could do anything about.
I mean, yeah, yeah. And the fact that I was just lived so in isolated areas on that wage was really amazing. Like I needed to live in these rural communities because they were close to work and basically the rent was fairly cheap, but the pay was shit. And I was like, why am I wasting my time and energy on this bullcrap?
Oh, rural areas are so great because housing's cheaper and you also get paid $11 an hour.
Pretty much. I'm glad I'm in a better position than that. But that sucks that I did that in my late 20s. Wasted my time. And people ask why I lost my virginity so late. It's like I lived in fucking shit areas, man.
Yeah, if you live in a rural area and you're not willing to, I guess, get your friend's ugly girlfriend to cheat on him with you,
Yeah.
then you're going to be a virgin.
Yeah.
Like,
You're not going to have like any ability to get like into good social relationships with women. You can't like impress any women. You can't really impress other guys except fellow retards who can't socialize with others either. So they kind of flock together in their own loserness and backstab each other and treat each other like shit and cheating on each other's wives once they do ascend.
yeah, they're just really bad. And at least in a city, anytime that I guess I could have been walking to nightclubs and dancing or something. Probably would have gotten laid a few times, though. I don't even know if I don't. I think I would have wanted it earlier on in life, but after 25, I think I was totally over it.
Yeah.
I don't even like the idea of it. Just imagining it.
Or what? You having sex with a female?
Yeah, I don't like. I imagine the smell and like the fat rolls, and
It's worth the experience, but yeah, it is kind of overrated. But
I don't want
especially when
to.
you do with like also it depends on if you're really attracted to her. Henry Holes 88, how are you doing, sir?
Yo, what's up, gentlemen?
Let me turn your mic up a little bit.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No problem. Let me fix
Nah,
that
just hanging
for you.
out, watching you play Team Fortress, reading some PDFs on the side.
Ah, what PDFs are you reading, man?
Oh, just good old Ezra Pound, the greatest American, the greatest English speaker of past century, man. The guy who figured it all out.
What's his name again?
Ezra Pound.
Esmond Pound.
Ezra, like the Book of
Ezra,
Ezra. Yeah,
yeah, Ezra Pound.
yeah.
What's okay. I don't know if I heard that name before, and I used to do a little bit of autistic nerd searching up American literature as well, but
Well, he's not
maybe I
really
have.
American. He's more. I mean, he was born in America. He was born in the territory of Idaho,
Yeah,
technically in like the 1880s, but he quickly figured out America was a shithole even back then and fled to Europe. Basically, I wouldn't say fled, but he thrived and went to Europe. Is my mic okay? By the way, my mic's kind of
your
fucked.
mic is wonderful.
Okay, all right, sorry.
It was Dag's mic. I was kind of worried about
Dags,
Mr.
Dags,
Daggers.
he seems pretty smart though. Dags, you read a lot of shit too, huh?
Uh, it's a real mixed bag. It's like experience and talking to people and reading and watching shit. I've
Yeah,
just a lot of time on the computer and some real life experience.
that'll do it. Yeah, when I was like 20 years old, I had a lot of free time, and I had a computer, and that pretty much just set me off. If I,
Yeah,
you
you don't,
know, I think back a lot. Like if I didn't have that time, like man, my life could have been way different.
yeah, you don't really get smarter by hammering a nail a million times.
Right. Yeah, you need idle time, free time, kind of reassess what's going on in the world.
Yeah, like I've barely traveled, but I've seen so much and talked to other people and read things that I can basically imagine like anywhere on the fucking planet at this point. I don't even have to go anywhere.
Yeah, you just throw up a walking tour on your TV. That's what I do. I love to put that shit in the background. Like I'll do a walking tour, driving tour of Italy, northern Italy, somewhere in Germany or Austria or fucking Norway, hell, England if it's or Scotland or something.
And you
Oh,
also find out that things just aren't that different in other places. Like
oh,
ev- every person is fundamentally the same person. It doesn't really matter like if you're in China or whatever.
oh, that's a no, that's a hard disagree for me, bud.
I mean, there's differences like there's a guy in Switzerland I was reading. He was talking about how it was way easier to get jobs in
I'm
America
back.
than Switzerland. And he was saying
Sorry.
that yeah, he gets paid a decent amount, but he can't afford anything. And he suggested that Americans should save up 50,000 and then parasitically leech off of European benefits for the rest of their lives. There's differences like that, sure, but
You don't think
people
the
are
lifestyle of people in America and people in Europe is like significantly different? I think it is personally. I think
Yeah,
the
well,
do
women are.
people in Europe live much better lives than Americans, and they're very spoiled compared to us?
I would say they have, first of all, the language that they use is going to be different. Like American language or the English
Of
language
course,
is just
it's
rotted.
a different like people, different
language
culture, different stock, different everything.
language has some effect, but it doesn't really matter.
Well,
Like
I
when I
disagree
say
again.
that
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
language doesn't really matter, you know, when I say that we're all fundamentally the same thing, like including with animals,
Mhm.
starting from there, like, are you familiar with the how do I the philosophical spirit, as in not a soul, but like the center of consciousness of our rationality?
Sure. Yeah, I like that kind of thinking. Yeah.
So basically, we are all that thing is fundamentally the same thing across all beings.
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt right away. Sorry. I feel like that assumes that the beings are like operating in their nature and in good faith. And when you have an entire population, specifically America, where it's like everybody's acting against their nature, like the women act masculine, the men are incentivized to act feminine, the
Yeah.
Well,
whites are incentivized to hate themselves,
here's the
every
problem.
everything's inverted, so it's like this isn't
That
good faith population acting in goodwill with this or world consciousness or anything.
good faith and any physical arrangement doesn't actually have much to do with the state of consciousness or the spirit. What I'm saying is that there is this point, the center of your existence, to which all of the information you receive is fed into. That thing can receive any information. The reason that we can even act against our nature is because that nature is not actually universal. We are actually a thing that could inhabit any like alien landscape. Now, we are molded by our biology and our memory, which compels us to behave in a certain way to sustain a physical form, right? But fundamentally, the reason that we can deviate from that is because we are all fundamentally something that is not tied to physicality, really, beyond just information.
I disagree with that. I think you are who, like, your physical body. Like, I would say, like, in a way, the mind is corporeal.
If I killed you, your spirit is dead. Like, I believe that. That is, yeah, as far as that goes.
Well, don't kill
I
me
don't
then.
believe in souls. I don't believe in magic in the afterlife. I'm talking about like I'm talking about metaphysics and abstract. I'm talking about like Plato, Hegel.
Hmm. Yeah. What
I'm
about
not talking
Zeno?
about
Zeno?
the philosopher.
Yeah.
I haven't read much of his work. I read some of his thought experiments, which actually were very helpful. Zeno's arrow is very actually helped me understand how metaphysics kind of transcends.
Yeah. Zeno was fucking cool. Plato. I don't like Plato, man. Just
Do
doesn't
you
do it
like
for me.
Epicurus?
No, I don't think I do. But let me refresh myself real quick.
He was
He was
like,
very deterministic, right? Everything
no,
was
he
like
was like, well, I don't know.
Epicurean.
He was like the philosopher of pleasure. Like he was believed in
Yes.
hedonism, and
Okay. Yeah.
everything was based on matter. They thought like, he was
Yeah.
kind of
Deterministic.
atheist, like
Or,
he didn't care about an afterlife or religion or God. The gods are really serious more. I mean, yeah, he was kind of I don't know. I heard
No, to answer your question, no, I don't. I don't think Epicurean.
yeah.
Um,
Of course,
but
there's
that was
certain
like,
things I probably don't personally like about him or his philosophy.
yeah.
so
But
if
anyway,
you're
I just feel like it gets lost in the abstract, man. Like you can like where I started this conversation is just comparing, contrasting American life versus European life, and then you're like, yeah, but everybody's like the same. I'm like, okay, I mean, everybody shares like some sort of like will within, or like what we call life, but like so like that doesn't mean like people are like the state of miserable people in America is like it doesn't have to be this way, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, and
well,
people
of
have
course it
volition
doesn't.
and what.
I wish
Okay,
we had a European model, and I'm not saying that everything is exactly the same. I'm saying that if you understand what we are on the like fundamental level, you understand how people are going to be like pretty much anywhere. Like it's not alien to imagine what a Chinese
so
person
you want
is
to
like.
establish like fundamental universal laws about human behavior, but I just feel like there's a utility in that, but then there's also like flaws in that. For instance, like how do you derive unique cultural experiences or unique peoples and their unique behaviors if you're operating and you're trying to fit everything into a universal model or mode of behavior? It's
Well, there
insufficient.
some of it is some of it is circumstantial. Like physicality is circumstantial. I'm not like again. I'm not saying that everything is exactly the same physically.
You mean
I'm saying
physical environment or like a people's like like stature and like brain development and facial structure?
well
What do you mean
both
physicality?
because also
Uh,
we share the spirit with animals and obviously I'm not saying we're the same as animals, but we are the same in an aspect, like at our
Yeah, we're a
core.
product of nature, and we have instincts that we inherited from our ancestral beast past that we cannot get
Also,
rid of.
philosophy alone,
based.
that's not. I'm also like generally knowledgeable in like biology and psychology and stuff. So
Oh, good.
it's just that part of that is the spirituality, the abstract of it, is that you can imagine how an animal is living or what it's going to do. Just knowing that its biology and psychology isn't really enough to empathize with it. And if you know this fundamental aspect and you know some general physical knowledge, like I do know science and psychology and shit, I can imagine how a Chinese person is living, and that it's not going to be that different. I can imagine how a municipal council meeting is proceeding in China. Like I don't actually have to go there.
Okay, but do you think they thinks like the same way that you do, or don't you think there are differences in like racial psychologies? I mean, for instance, let me point out. I mean, Hebrews. I mean, do you think they think this that are living in America? Like to me, I see a very clear difference in the modes of thinking between myself and them.
Oh yeah, me too.
So like that's not so like no, we're not operating on the same like predictive model. You have to like have knowledge of a unique behavioral characteristic, unique, not universal, but selective
A
to
lot of the
good behavior.
Jews I've known in my well, uh-oh, I'm on YouTube.
Hebrews? I feel like
Yeah,
Hebrews is fine.
Hebrews is fine. A lot of those people, I'm talking about the European ones, not the Middle Eastern ones. They are like just pretty just we just, I don't know if they're trying to be offensive on some of my dealings with them, but like they're very just I find them kind of angsty and paranoid and very into
Yeah.
money and very into like me, like very talk about themselves a lot, and it's
I
kind of
guess like
to
my thing,
me it's
Dax.
very
Oh,
salient.
sorry. Sorry,
Sorry.
Wolf.
Let's go on,
No, I'm
talk.
just still thinking about how Dags was saying. I get what he's saying, as far as trying to link everything. I think we should push back against like universalisms or trying to like really only seek like fundamental universal solutions to life or human behavior, this kind of thing. Like I think it's it's not like a useless activity to do, but it's certainly not sufficient. Like you need to look at particulars as well, you know.
That's what I said is that I studied other things and psychology, biology. I acknowledge these things as factors. Like I've
Mm,
also studied history. These are these are physical, circumstantial things that have an effect on your physical being, which is what is feeding information into your spirit, your center of existence.
mhm.
And like I said, we share this with animals, we share this with general beings, like aliens would be the same way. So there is a difference in outcome based on biology and circumstance. Like I'm just saying that obviously it's not sufficient. I've talked to philosophy people and I know that
All right, I
they're
got sorry, finish your thought and then I got something. I'm sorry.
a lot of like metaphysical philosophy people. They're assholes that do get lost in the abstract, and I'm not. There is this universal aspect that is dictating like all being, but
Yeah, I
I'm
don't like
not
that.
saying that all
That's just arrogant.
biology is the same. I'm not
That's
like
just
I'm not.
arrogant. Like attempting to even know like the ultimate uh dictations of all life. I mean, that's why like evolution as a theory is a essentially like a religious uh theology because it purports to know like sort of what is unknowable, which is
Well,
I
it's
suppose what all religions do. But
well the metaphysical framework. This is basically how your being is interpreting the information being fed into it. Which the information can be anything. You can be a guy whose his body is an entire planet. It does not matter. You're still doing this. There's still like being and nothing, reality versus negation. Basically, you are trying to determine what is what is real. You're trying to realize yourself. You're trying to determine yourself through what you can sense, basically.
Mhm.
And what you are using to determine yourself can be anything as long as it like
All right,
proves itself, right? And
I
the
got you.
biology, the history, the culture, yes, that can lead you to different things, but you're still doing the same abstract framework, whether you are aware of it or not.
Well,
You
sure, you're just trying
are
to
doing this.
understand men of a certain population or whatever. But anyway, my point, it was reminded of this thing here. I just want to throw this by you and see what you think. Apparently, some guy that was like Pontifex Maximus in 82 BC. Okay, who cares? Doesn't matter. Savola said there were three theologies: the poets, anthropomorphic and false; the philosophers, rational and true, but not for use; and the statesmen's, built on tradition and custom. Um, yeah, those are the three theologies, and I just think it's sort of interesting. And I think European thought has just been dominated by the philosophical theology for a long time, but it's
Well, it's not.
insufficient.
Well, this isn't a theology. There's zero. Like when it talk when there's mentions of like spirituality, this is literally just talking about like the abstract, like the world of thoughts, not an actual like like I said. Just think of like I mean you've read philosophers, so you know what abstraction is like the abstract
Yeah, but the
concepts that
still
aren't grounded in any aesthetic, like immediacy.
sure, but that's my point is like there's nothing of value in that. Like it can be useful, it could be a good tool, but to base like sort of like your highest order of existence in that is futile, man. That's
Well,
what
do
I'm
you
saying.
think that there's objective or subjective morality?
I mean, subjective, but I think people can share moral positions or intuitions.
So the concept of objective morality is that there is a drive to be moral, as in there is a culminative process to
That's not
develop
what
a moral
objective
system.
morality means. Come on, right?
This morality can literally be we can crucify people that wear red shirts. And if that adds up in reality enough, then I guess society can propagate itself on
All right,
that.
but these are just like that's what I mean. These are just like abstract syllogisms that aren't actually like rooted in anything tangible, man. I just man, come on.
Well,
I'm trying to get
it's
you out of the
literally
philosophic framework, you know.
it's literally the abstract.
Right.
Like
So
I'm not even throwing out like I am aware of
what
like
is the
ethnic
abstract
differences
subservient
in
to?
animals,
Don't
right?
you think the abstract has to be subservient to something, you know?
Well, like I said, if I shoot you in the head, your
Well, don't do
spirit
that.
and
Don't shoot me in
abstraction
the
are
head. That's just
end.
gonna make me mad, anthropomorphically. It's gonna
So
poke the
like
bear.
the spirit is literally dependent on whatever information is being like culminated into it. So yeah, like if I end your physical existence, there is no spirit. Yeah, it's subservient in that regard.
But my spirit's just there to like play with abstractions and stuff. I mean, come on.
It's there to make sense of whatever reality is. Like if you're in a universe where there's no gravity and you're an alien with 8 legs, you're still trying to determine, okay, so this is real, this is an argument against what is real, but I have
I
to
guess
find out
that's
like
what I'm
how
saying is
can
like
this be
you
real?
instead of this is like Ezra Pound's whole thing. This is why I love the guy. Is that he just sort of noticed like this tendency in European thought or European peoples where it's like immediately their mind just goes to the abstract. Like even I'm not picking on you, Zach, but it's like you do this where it's like now imagine you're on some alien planet. You it's like well I'm not there though. So like let's start where I
Well,
am
that's
at
the point,
and
is
what
that there's
is
an aspect of you
veritable.
that is independent from this world. And still,
Really? Where is it at?
I'm not throwing out physical realities, right?
I totally
Because
disagree. There so how I'm in a place where I'm not right now is what you're saying? That seems like crazy. And why would you start there? Why would you even drag the conversation to that spot?
You're
for
having
your
a
mind.
problem with analogies.
Well,
Like
it's not an analogy. That's what you're saying. I exist somewhere like I just don't understand like the nature
you have a process
philosophy to
of
drag
your
things into
existence
abstraction.
which can fit into any physical reality. You, through this process, you have determined this reality. It could also determine other realities. And
Really? How do we
like,
know that?
regardless of what your biology is, this is what is happening. Animals are doing this. There is obviously a difference between us and a rabbit. There's difference between us and other humans. There's cultural differences. I read history, I read biology, I read psychology. These are all physical things that I also apply in tandem with spirituality. And when I say spirituality, I mean basically metaphysics. You need all of these things. I'm even telling you, metaphysics alone is not enough. But I'm saying that this is a part of your reality that you should be aware of, because if you're not, you're going to, what I find people do is, if you don't do abstract, you will try to conflate physical things with the abstract, and you'll be wrong,
I don't think we have
because
a
symbolisms
problem of
dissolve of their meaning
we
in
don't have
different
a
circumstances.
we don't have a problem of not abstracting enough. We have a problem of abstracting too much. I mean,
We
our
have a
premise
problem
is
with people trying to use physical things as abstracts. Like, we have a problem with people trying to conflate the market or computers or science with an actual metaphysical system when it's wrong, right? Like, you, it sounds like you're not a fan of like scientism or people that
it just
religiously
depends. Like
worship
I think
science.
sorry, say that again.
It sounds like you're not a fan of like redditor types that worship science, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and the problem with that is they are incorrectly conflating a physical system with a metaphysical system. That's the problem.
Yeah. What do you think about poetry though?
I mean, not a not a big fan of it. I mean, it can be useful for conveying emotions. Like, creative writing is good. Like, aesthetics are good for giving you an experience that you otherwise would not have experienced. It falls into general media. Like, poetry can be useful for learning about an experience you've never had or putting your own experiences into perspective.
Mm. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to derail the conversation. You all right? You hanging in there, Wolf man?
Oh yeah, I'm fairly high right now because I took one of my you know, wolf snacks and kind of floating, but I'm enjoying the
That's cool.
conversation.
Basically, what I'm saying is, without the poetic anthropomorphic expression, you can't have gods, and without the gods, you can't have culture. And
So,
we don't have culture, and that's part of the reason. So
mm, yeah, so like without our individual spirituality, we can't bring forth influence to make things better for us. Is that what you're saying? Or for like what is
partially, I'd say so.
culture?
Yeah.
And I mean, what exactly is culture anyway? We want to like, I don't know. It's just more like if we don't live in a high trust society anymore, that's for damn sure. And back like my mom said like when she was growing up, my parents were boomers. I'm old. They basically said that back when I was a little girl, nobody left their cars unlocked. I mean, nobody like locked their car, locked their door at night. Nobody did that. And now like people call you stupid for not doing that. Like that's how different it is. I'm like, wow.
No, we don't need to presume the existence of impossible things to have a culture.
Wait, what about the unknown? I mean, that's really what it's asking. Because, I mean, if you take like the scientism people you were just invoking on Reddit or whatever, which is sort of the prevailing like theology, I'd say, of our time. I mean, inherent is it in it is a like purporting to know the unknown, which is essentially theology. So, and religious in its essence. Um,
Well,
so
that's
I
also
think.
that's
Mhm.
what religion does. Like they just to fill in the gaps of the unknown, you just make shit up. It's like it's two sides of the same coin.
Sort of. Well, what religion are we
Oh,
talking about, honestly? I mean, you could say like the Third Reich was like a secular enterprise, but essentially,
Really? I mean, was it like total worship of the state, or
well, I'm just saying it was a secular enterprise on
okay,
paper, but I mean, I think there was a religious component to it.
okay,
it's
religious? How? I'm kind of interested in your take.
Well, I think there was like a sort of like mystic, or you have to like put something on the pedestal or worship something. And I think in their case, it was like the sort of nebulous, unknown driving force of their blood, or something to that effect, or it's and soil, I guess, but mostly blood. Similar
do you
to
mean
obviously like the Judaism.
do you mean like religious as in they're placing you're getting the masses to kind of place faith in something they don't understand and assume that if they just keep the faith it'll work out.
No, I mean religious and like exhaling a moral principle above all others, not like imposing something on the masses. I mean, it could obviously be used for that because when you got people's fear, you got them controlled on some level. So yeah, it's used collectively, but that doesn't mean it's not like a thing that they're doing or that they're expressing.
Well, I'm not opposed to controlling the masses. I just think that the Nazis kind of went about it uh, the wrong way. I don't
Yeah,
like
we all
the.
know they were terrible people. We're not trying to, resurrect them or
I'm not.
anything.
I'm not even talking about the atrocities. I'm talking about like the
Mm.
like Indo-Aryan mythos and
Mm.
stuff that they like. I feel like the masses are retarded and always will be. As, like being an intellectual or wise is always going to be the tiny minority. And if you allow the masses to have control, they will just corrupt society. Because if because running a complex society requires a lot of intelligence that the masses do not have. They always just default to like selfishness and just kind of atomize it. So I would not be opposed to some sort of like dictatorship, especially if it's not just uh, capitalist serving dictatorship. If there's like healthcare and paid training, or eventually UBI, I guess. Like you don't need normies are always going to be on like you kind of have to control them with like a religious component where they don't understand things. They just have to place
Yeah,
their faith in it.
Don't you
I,
think like there's a lot of people that are essentially normies, like running around, or that even have lived their lives, like now they're into their, they were millennials or even boomers or whatever the fuck, that are quote unquote normies that just like basically all like volition and internal independent thought was just like beat out of them at an early age, that like to abstract here for a second, like could have done something like more productive or like creative in their lives, or like that they just that was sort of beat out of them from an early age, and so that they, like they didn't really live up to their potential.
Well, the thing about them is that they didn't really have the capability to be productive unless somebody controlled them. If somebody did not control them, then they would probably just gamble and do drugs and fuck. Uh, that's kind of the sad thing is that
Sure.
I, I
But like everybody has like vices to some degree, and I agree that like obviously we should have people in place to like control people in a positive manner or something. Um, but my point is just that like the normies maybe wouldn't be so like terrible if not for just their government or their society, obviously.
well, yeah, I agree that our society is corrupt and controlling. Like this sucks. Like it's a revolving door of thieves that just like atomizes people and it just wants to exploit you and pass all of its expenses on to society and take all the rewards of it. Like that's clearly happening, and we could definitely have a better arrangement. But at the same time, the masses kind of they won't really do anything productive unless compelled to. I mean, people
Yeah.
like us, I assume like all of us, we would do something of our own volition. We would work
Mhm.
on projects or do try to fulfill some ideal, but the masses will just kind of do heroin and fuck and watch TV. Otherwise, it's just that the people controlling them are also bad people. They're also idiots. So that obviously is not working very well.
Well, the problem is and this is even a problem I'd say of people that like I'm one of these people as well that wants to distance myself from normies or whatever. Like I want to be like I'm exceptional, they're normies, like I use independent thought, they don't, they're controlled by their impulses, I'm not. But like even
Yeah,
people like me or you Dags or something, like we're not even discriminatory enough as far as like getting these people out of our lives entirely. Like the fact that we even had to deal with them at all is like the problem. And the fact that we like put up a good face at work or whatever and just go along to get along is like part of the problem. In fact, you could like behaviorally and culturally, even though there is no culture, but like lifestyle wise and intersocial or interpersonal social relationships, like that's the problem. Is that lack of enmity and like distance because they're just going to drown out the conversation, man.
Well, yeah, we unfortunately have to interact with them, and they unfortunately have a lot of power, and obviously they just drive society towards corruption, and like they just uh, where where was I going with this? I mean, they're just gonna corrupt society. We can't really get away from them. It would be nice if we could.
I mean, you can though. Like, you don't have to like live with some. Here's my thing, and I'm sure you don't. You guys were. I don't know your personal situations exactly, but I mean, sounds like y'all both like don't live with people, which I get is isolating, but it's almost like a necessary step for like your own like mental well being, just to like get away from these people, right? I mean, otherwise, like you could be living with someone maybe if you like contorted your personality enough, don't you think?
Right. Well, the problem is that you kind of can't force yourself. I mean,
yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
Well, we can't, but I think other people don't have
Well, they can't either. They're
the
honestly.
stubbornness of you don't think people contort their personalities to just get better social outcomes or
Oh,
perceived better social outcomes, like they don't want to be
Yeah,
lonely or something, or they don't
they
want to
try
be
to
left out.
Well, yeah, they'll follow the herd and they try to put on an act. And basically, that's what a lot of human interaction
Right.
is, as putting on an act. I didn't understand I was supposed to be an actor. I didn't understand that. Okay.
Right.
So I should have just acted like I was acting in reality to be basically to try to like not impress people, but just to give people enough space but talk about normie shit that they like. So I don't know. And also I just got a little bit more confident with people as I got older because I took a lot of abuse and I was bullied throughout my life. I just lift weights anyway. It's just hard. I mean, people fucking suck around here.
That's kind of a problem with people is that they are adaptive and don't really give a shit about anything.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's kind of my main complaint with normies is that they literally will change opinions room to room, or even if they cling to an opinion,
Yeah.
it will be a dumb one.
Room to
Like
room. Yeah,
no,
that's funny.
literally, like I normies in the Rust Belt, they'll be racist in
That's
one room and
poetic,
then they'll
dude.
be anti-racist in the next room. Like that's how bad it is.
Right. But that,
Like
yeah, no, I see what you're saying. And someone has to lead the conversation though. Like that's the thing. And like the way our society works, I feel like, is we have the people who pump out all the media and all the language and all the new terminology, and that's from, it was Hollywood and now it's more like social media stuff like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all this shit. And they like curate and they select what they want. And those are, criminal, people who shall not be named or something. And then it's like, how far on down, the pyramid how far does it trickle down as far as people respecting that conversation, or the dicta, the dogma that they've set, the acceptable forms of communication or conversation, yeah, the language. So it's sort of interesting. It's like when you say people go room to room, it's like, well, the person in the room that's being racist, it's like, well, that has become like the norm in that room. Well, how did that happen? Like that's directly opposed to the message being sent down from the top.
well, it's more complicated than if the people on top want to be racist or not. They frankly don't give a shit. Like
Oh, they
uh,
care. What are you talking about?
wealthy people will be racist or not as it suits them. Like one moment, for instance, mainstream like right wingers. One moment they'll be racist to certain groups to scapegoat you, but they won't be racist to other groups. They won't shit on Indians right now. And then the next, yeah, and then in regards to those Indians, then they'll switch to like anti-racism. Oh, diversity is our strength. Like that's the message that's coming down. When I say that normies are being racist, there are there is like a racist subculture that is being passed down, but it's like a really stupid sanctioned one. Like it does not threaten anybody's power.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Most racist conversation that takes place is a sanctioned one. It's like, so where is that coming from?
Right. So
Alternative media, right?
yeah, so you know, like it
So
doesn't
it's
threaten
essentially
anybody
still
to
media.
babble about Somalians or stuff right now. I can't
Yeah.
even browse like Facebook anymore because like I see like meth heads babbling about Somalians because they were just told to do it. Like they didn't come up with that idea. They just were told to do that, and now they are.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even the fact that they're racist. It's the fact that like they're just mind controlled to just do that. They're not even like they don't connect everything together. Like I can. The reason that like I even want to stop immigration and H-1Bs and stuff is it's connected to like protecting safety nets and like labor dynamics. There's an actual basis to it. And when I talk to normie racists, it's like Fox News or some celeb just told them to be racist that week to Somalians in some impotent way that won't threaten any power. And out here in the Rust Belt with millennials, there's a lot of like liberal I guess, leaning millennials who will become racist because they're in a room of racists. Like, they don't give a shit. And the racists, again, they're not like enlightened white supremacists or anything. They're just Fox News retard racists.
Yeah. To be fair, that's sort of like dying off, but yeah. Older
Yeah.
people still control the conversation in the workplace, generally speaking, I suppose. But I don't know, man. Like when I observe people, it's like it is pretty segregated among generations, almost more than any other segregation. Like if you think about it, like it's not like people are really racially segregated in public so much. In fact, they like go out of their
Mhm.
way to not racially segregate in public.
Yeah,
I'm speaking, but generationally, it's like man, it's like you see the biggest differences in people's thought process intergenerationally. I guess
I'm
because
sure there is a
society's progressed
difference.
so fast.
There's differences, and then I also see millennials slowly developing into boomers,
Yeah.
where
Oh yeah,
even though life is worse for them, it's so they're turning into boomers, but everything is worse for them.
but they're both on the downhill, so you know, like you're not going to change your like fundamental worldview very much post age 35 or something, you know. So in general, you know, with the extension of the fucking boomers and they never die, it's just like it prolongs their you know, stale modes of thought, I guess, that are have become customary in the social setting. So basically what I'm saying is the boomers need to spiritually die off. Is
Yeah,
what I'm
Right.
their advice is complete shit.
Yes. I mean, boomers do need to die. There's something fundamentally wrong with them because of their perception,
Yeah.
their incompatibility with technology, their outlook on work
Mm,
ethic, and
yeah.
also the blatant Zionism.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of things
absolutely.
wrong with them.
Disgusting. Even like, the silent generation was just better than boomers, man. That there's some things that, my grandfather said to me, who was silent gen, that were based as fuck. I was like so spoiled to not, value them as much.
Oh,
But he also said retarded shit as well. And didn't understand the world changed around him.
my ancestors literally like murdered a dude for their union. Like they murdered a dude to get better wages.
Hmm.
Like they actually killed people in their labor union.
Yeah.
Like it if a
Oh,
capitalist
that's
was
terrible.
if wages were stagnating and capitalists were rolling out the propaganda, just pull out your bootstraps, they shot him, they killed him, and then they got better wages. Like so that yeah, there is some truth to that. They
Yo,
fucking
who else is playing this game I'm watching right now?
It's Brent is playing it. Are you playing, Brent?
Okay,
Okay.
sorry to
you're,
derail. I just
Are you
you're on the same
Pyro?
team.
want to know what I'm watching here. Yo, can I
Oh,
play this? How hard is it to download and shit
oh, it's play for free, by the way. It's free, and
on Steam?
yeah, it's Team Fortress 2.
All right.
The bundle with all the Half-Life games is like $20. I think that's been that way for a while, but I've I've been had
Is
I just love Valve
is it
games.
classified Gold Rush? Oh, they're all free? Is it just the regular?
Yeah, well, it's regular, I guess. Regular is free. I don't know about Gold Rush or what the hell that is. I don't play this every day, so I don't know what, you know. Are these like DLCs you're talking about?
I guess so. Yeah, I just typed it in on Steam.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should just be like regular. You can join the party.
That's
You
a
guys
big
are
file though.
already playing on the same team.
It's a big file. What computer you use?
Shitty one. I don't know. It says 50 gigs to download. That sounds like a lot, right?
The
Yeah.
hell? For Team Fortress 2?
Oh wait, 30 gigs, but I have 50 free. Okay, never mind. Ignore me, man.
Maybe you can still download it, but I mean, it might be the situation. Do you have like shitty internet as well? Because it will take a long time to download anything off
No, I
standard.
got good internet.
So it might download okay. It might.
Yo, have any of y'all ever played Among Us?
No. Is that the little like characters that
Yeah.
in this always have that meme in the Stonewall cartoon? You know those political cartoons with the oval shaped heads. They're like white.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always I forgot the dude who does it.
Oh,
What was
Stone Toss, right? Is that what you're saying?
Stone Toss. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like political cartoons, and they always do like memes related to current events and stuff like that. Usually from the alt-right perspective, but not entirely. It's whatever's the based flavor of the month.
It was always watered down Space Station 13 to me, so I never touched it.
What Team Fortress 2?
No, Among Us.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. No, it's just the concept is like
I
the
never heard
game
of that
theory
game.
of it is awesome.
Yeah, it's
I think.
simple. It's like, it's not, I'm not saying it's like bad. It's just, I'm just used to a more complex version of it, I guess.
Oh wait, which did you say the like town of whatever? What's it called? Town of Salem?
Space Station 13. That's
Is that like
where
Town of Salem?
it's kind
It's
of.
like where you
It's
got
like
different roles.
there's like 100 people running a space station. Everybody has a job to do. Everybody's like working. There's like a chef. There's scientists. There's doctors, and then there's antagonists like a changeling, shapeshifter pretending to be people. There's terrorists, wizards, and you actually move
Does it get
around.
play?
Huh?
Do people play it?
Yeah, people still play it. I haven't played it in a while. I usually take like a year break from it. I get super addicted to it for like a couple months, and then I take a long break.
Dude, how did I never hear about this game? That's awesome.
Oh, I mean, you also got to find the right server. Servers are very
Right.
different. They've tweaked it. There's like furry servers. I assume you want to stay away from those. There's
Mm,
servers that are more chill, like
you
Monkey
can
Station.
yeah,
I
just
think is
DM
okay.
those to me.
It's
No, I'm just
and
kidding.
the best part is that you don't even need to know how to play the game. You can just hop in as a guy with no responsibilities and just walk around. Like you don't have to do shit.
But
You
they
can
like
just walk.
do they assign you to a team? Like you're like a saboteur or like
Um,
a fucking,
you can pick your job,
marine or
and
whatever,
then
you know.
basically
Okay.
I don't know. Like Among Us, you like
you select a job, and there's a lot of people, so you pick the jobs you want the most, and you hope you get those, and you just do your job,
yo,
and
can you hear me?
if you
Hello?
check off antagonists, you can be randomly selected to be one of the antagonists. Like,
Yeah.
but like I said, you don't even have to do shit. You could be an assistant, and you can just walk around the halls, and eventually you'll see like a zombie outbreak. Everything will start catching on fire. There'll be like shootouts in the hallway, and like you don't even have to care. You can just watch it happen. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like that's what's badass about it. I mean, they'll probably kill you next because you're part of the crew, but you should try not to die. You should avoid the maintenance tunnels because that's where people get mugged and murdered. But that's where like literally vampires and shit live. That's my favorite multiplayer game.
Yeah, I gave up on downloading it. Sorry, but it did sound fun.
Okay.
It's just gonna take too long.
How many hours did it say?
Like 35 minutes.
Hmm.
I guess it's not that long, but I don't like how it slows my computer down. It pisses me off.
Oh, you're multitasking.
Yeah, always.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, my computer's running pretty fast. Well, it's a gaming laptop. It's a
Laptop.
no, it's not a laptop. It's a. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I fucked up. I'm high. I apologize for that. I kept on. I'm so used to having a laptop that that's what I came out of my mouth. It's a gaming computer tower, Omen, and it's a 16L.
it runs everything well though.
Very well, best computer I've ever had in my life.
Mm. Wait, Dags, you have a gaming channel? Is that true?
Yes, he
That's not
does.
true.
Yeah.
No, that can't be true. What's it
Yes, he
called?
does.
Dags Gaming?
I'll just I'll just talk in the live chat and just click on it.
Oh, okay. Mr. Daggers Gaming. Oh shit.
I've been recording and streaming games for like 10 years.
Wait, why does it not let me? Fuck, man. Dude, I'm like a boomer when it comes to technology. This is bad, man.
I got Speaking of space station, I got really hooked on World of Darkness Space Station 13 for like a good solid 3 months. I have like fucking 70 videos of that because I was just on that shit
Wait,
doing vampire politics.
how much do you work, Dags? Like a lot or not
I'm
so
a
much?
neat.
Oh, so you don't work at all?
No,
How
I
dare
just
you? You fucking leech, dude.
yeah, and I love it. It's literally the best time of my life.
That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you.
I work after working at UPS. I'm like, this is amazing every single
Oh
day.
God. Were you a oh shit.
I was bottom of the barrel for 7 fucking years.
Bruh. How much are we talking? An hour?
I started at like $11 an hour, and then I ended at like $21 an hour.
That's not good, man.
No, it's
Jesus.
it was it was shit in every way.
Isn't it crazy how like the less you get paid, the harder you have to work? So crazy. And nobody like
Hold on, you were being paid
talks about it.
$21 an hour is not too bad.
After
But
seven years,
I mean, I disagree. You're a grown man. You're like nearly 40 years old and you're getting $20 an hour. You can't
you
I
should be
mean, you
making
can't
30
even
an hour at
how long
least.
ago was that? 20 an hour?
Um,
Like recent like post COVID?
that was like 4 years ago.
Okay. I mean, it was probably better then, but yeah. I mean, obviously inflation went kind of crazy past 5 years.
I mean, their wages have stagnated. I mean, it's you would be getting paid less than that now.
Yeah. No, that's pretty bad, man. That's crazy.
Oh, and
well,
also they're cutting your health benefits, and also you live in constant fear of being fired, no matter how
yeah.
good you are.
That's what I mean, man. People are just led around by their fears. Led around by their fears. Hey, did you see that Charles Manson quote I put in the live chat earlier? I thought it was an interesting one.
Yeah, let me get to it. I forgot what it was. I forgot
I
what
think
it
it
said.
disappeared, but I'll paraphrase. He said, It was in his rant actually about World War II, and he says, "How do you communicate to a whole group of people? You stand up and you say, 'Here, now I've got your fear, and your fear is your power, and your power is your control.'" And I don't know, man. I think there's actually like something wise in that.
Well, fear is an expression. It's one of the most immediate ways for beings to interact with each other. Like just fear of death, of losing things, of starving. That's pretty much how you control the lowest common denominator.
And you compare someone like Charles Manson to like a fucking stooge, like a fucking pig, like FDR. Is that who said all we have to fear is fear itself? Or was that I don't even know which fucking politician because they're all the same.
I think that was Truman. Was it?
Uh, I'm looking it up right now. Oh yeah, it was FDR.
FDR. Okay.
First inaugural address, 1933.
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up, Piggy? Oh, he left.
oink oink. I mean, what does that even mean? Like, this is what I mean. Like, these people are just professional, like obscurantists. Fuck. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Like, what does that mean? It doesn't say anything about what fear really is. It's just a fucking useless, empty statement, man. That sounds profound.
I also hate the phrase. What is it? Do what It's not about what your country can do for you. It's about what you can do for your country.
It's not what
Yeah.
you. It's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Did Truman say that? I think he
That was
did.
That,
Kennedy, right?
that was Kennedy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like Patton or some shit. Yeah. Yeah, fuck him, though. Sorry. But yeah.
And it's
But
like,
yeah, at least he's saying something, I guess. He's like, yeah, we got to kill the enemy. Like, okay. Well, the whole, like, yeah, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. That is such a, like, internal, like, there is nothing being said there. But everybody says it and repeats it as if it's like a profound cliche. It's
I mean,
crazy, man.
I guess it's saying to just not be afraid. Like,
Yeah, but it's not defining
It's like
fear at all.
embrace the inevitable outcome, and so you have to overcome your fear. Or fear is natural. You're, of course, you're going to be fearful. You just have to, like, not.
Yeah,
Um,
but to be
it-
afraid of fear,
in-
like, just cancel it's so you're still afraid, but it's kinda like if I were to say, like, I
it
am a
doesn't make any
liar.
sense. I
If I were to
agree.
tell you, like, I'm a liar, it's like, well,
It would probably have made sense back then to the type of lingo and type of way they.
if I'm a liar, did I just
There's
tell you the truth?
probably, yeah. I mean, there's probably essays on what he actually meant by that, but
Nah, man, he didn't mean shit. He just fucking read some shit off a teleprompter just like they do today, man. Come on. That's my thing is these people don't mean anything they say.
well, yeah, like they really don't. Trump can just fucking say whatever the fuck and he doesn't care. People will say that's genius. We don't even have the decorum of like a phrase like that. He just says random shit and people say it's like 5D
Yeah.
chess.
Well, at least like build the wall was like, it like put a mental image in your mind of like a giant wall and like, keeping all the freaking Mexicans out or whatever.
Well, yeah, well that was a tangible goal, which he didn't even do.
Dude.
See, he was also doing bullshit, and he used the tactic of giving it tangibility to make it not seem like bullshit. And now he doesn't even do that. He just says random shit. And like in his administration, they just contradict each other, and like there's just no, you just have no reason to even listen to them.
Hmm.
I mean, I believe
What's
him
up,
when he
Flip?
says we need to die for Israel, or Israel is our number one priority. I believe him. That's a tangible thing that I think he believes that he wants for us. Sure. But that's only because that whole network wields enough power over these con men that that's like the closest thing they'll have to an actual belief. Like the FBI director, he's a full time grifter, but certain people hold enough leverage over him that the one consistent thing he'll say is that Israel is our number one priority. The masses and rich people are just normies with wealth, and the only thing they respect is immediate indicators of power, which in this universe happens to be money, or on a more local level, the capability to murder you and get away with it.
Yo, quit scaring me, Dax. You keep talking about murdering me, man. Now you've got
I
my
mean,
fear.
that's why. Well, that's why you gotta. I mean, I don't care, but I definitely understand people who lift weights for their self defense and to exert control over normies. Because I mean, how are you gonna defend your place in line at the gas station without like the strength to? If a normie just shoves you aside and he's like, "Yeah," he just
I'll
laughs at
be
you.
honest, like no normie has ever fucking like done anything physical to me, and like I tend to talk shit to people too, like, and I'm not like a super tough guy or anything.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, people are pussies, dude. Like, and you know if somebobody's gonna get violent with you. I feel like you can see it from a mile away.
I live in the
You,
Rust Belt where people will antagonize you for no reason. So maybe you
I
live in
mean, like road rage, or what are you talking about, bro?
well, sure, road rage, but like you think like it's not something that will happen a lot, but when it does happen, you will be baffled, and there's probably nothing you can do about it if like a big guy just towers over you and he just takes your place in line at the gas station. I mean, you're fucked.
Dude.
What are you gonna do about it?
Um, I don't
If
know. I
somebody
guess we'll
breaks into
cross
your
that
car,
bridge when we get there. But
somebody
like, that's what I'm
fuck,
saying. Like,
And
somebody
not
who's
blew
this
into your
big
car.
guy, and why is he being a piece of shit, man? Like, what are you talking
he's
about?
just one of the local assholes. There's plenty of them. There's people. Have you seen people doing horse tranquilizer? I've seen it,
No, no, I haven't.
and it's not even about like actual threat
Maybe I
of
should
violence, but the fact that
spend more time in the back alleys or something. What do you mean, like shooting up horse tranquilizer as a drug? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, yeah, they
Oh
do
shit,
pills, crack,
missing out.
meth, trank. They call it trank.
Okay.
And I live in a rural white area.
Yeah.
And it's not even about like physically fighting or anything. Like it's the fact that people immediately respect you more because you are more imposing.
Yeah, but it's like the most typically the bigger the person, assuming they're like muscular big, not just like fat slop big, like they're more well behaved. So like the thoughts in there, like this abstraction isn't really holding up. Like the most
It's not
rude people, huh? Go ahead.
it's it's not abstraction. It's something that literally happens.
Okay,
Like
has it happened to you?
I've seen it happen to other people. I don't go outside enough to really for it to happen to me.
Okay.
Yeah, living in
My
the
dad,
city, you deal with ghetto trash, both black and white, trying to fuck with you or get money off of you.
oh yeah,
It's
Wolf
tough.
lives in the hood, and
I used to live.
dad,
I used
Hmm.
to live in the hood. I moved out of my brother's, as I told you, several months ago, and life's been a hell of a lot better.
and also I
Yeah,
don't live in the hood, but my dad has had countless bar fights with other white people that randomly decided to fight him. Like it's,
Do you think your dad antagonized them at all, or no?
I mean, I'm sure it's it's more complicated in real life because you'll kind of it's not really like you just go into a place and everything's on a clean slate. It's more like you'll run into somebody that you have a grievance with, and they'll try to like bully you, and then if you stand up to them, then it turns into a bar fight, and like that.
Wow. I'll be
That's
honest. Like I've spent far more time in public than I'd like, especially over the past like 2 years. At like pretty much
yeah.
like big establishments, anything you could think of, and it's like I mean the amount of physical altercations I've seen is pretty low. Like I wish people were more violent. Like I wish people would just like stand up over like actually morally outrageous things. Like somebody cut in front of them in line and they're like just like ready to throw down over it. Like
people for the most part,
yeah, I don't
people
see it.
understand basic etiquette, right? I'm not saying it's like anarchy out there. I'm just
Mhm.
saying that when it happens, like you will be baffled. Like I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember moments where I'm like, "Holy shit, is this person really doing this right now? I don't even know how to react. I can't believe someone's doing this."
Yeah, I guess so.
And bar fights, that's a world I know nothing about because I don't go to fucking bars. And people literally fight each other. Like,
I think it's just old
uh,
women that go to bars nowadays,
You know,
right?
honestly, that's what I've been experiencing. I only go to bars when I see a lot of women in it, and they bring their Chad boyfriends, and I'm just that weird short guy with long hair sitting at the bar. And I really just don't hang out at bars like I used to. I used to drink like a fish. Like I probably wasted thousands of dollars on alcohol throughout my life, and that's quite embarrassing. But I really don't drink like I did, like I used to. I had a couple of 40s for my birthday because I wanted to go buy weed, but nothing was open and I didn't want to be sober, so I was like, fuck it, I'll drink. And
You
then
played
it's like,
Edward 40 Hands.
uh, what's that?
It's like Edward Scissorhands, where he's got scissors on his hands, but you duct tape the 40s to your hands.
No, I only had two 40s.
Well, that's what I mean. You duct tape one to each of your hands, and then you can't use your hands until you drink all the 40s.
Well, the way I was drinking them, I might as well have done that because yeah, I had two bottles of Mickey's malt liquor, and people were vouching for me. Honestly, like if I ever like wanted to try a 40, try Mickey's malt liquor, and some
Mm.
people. This was years ago, and honestly, I tried it, and it tasted like black olives. I think Mickey's tastes like black olives to me, but it really just made me feel kind of tipsy and kind of chill. But it was I kind of was like all over the place. I get kind of negative when I drink sometimes, but I go to bars mostly for atmosphere and for the hopes of talking to a woman. Nobody really fucks with me at bars I've been to. Um,
you,
Mostly I'm chill,
you don't go to
but
like dive bars,
I
local
do go to
bars, or
dive bars,
clubbers.
but those are where other hipster when they slowly get gentrified, that's when I come in, as in hipsters go to dive bars sometimes. And most hipsters are women.
Yeah, I'm talking about basically modern day saloons where, yeah, if you go ahead and walk in and talk to the one tradesman who has a corrupt contract with the local government. Go ahead and point that out to him. He will literally fight you, and he will also jump you with his brother, who's also in the room.
Wait. Sorry, how do I get jumped?
That's
Point out
probably why how his dad got jumped.
point out. So the corruption, there's corruption happening on your local level.
Uh-huh.
Those guys tend sometimes hang out at the bars. Go into the bar and point it out to them, and you will get your shit beat up. They will kill you
Yeah.
over like to protect the racket.
Okay.
If you get between a dude who owns a construction company who has a 5 marked up price contract with the local government for the next 10 years, go ahead and start blabbing about that to people and see how long you last.
So you think, damn, honestly, it sounds like we should start blabbing about it. If you know of an example, I mean, we could talk about it right now. We're anonymous,
Well, the
right?
traffic lights in our area, there's an electrical company that's literally 5 times marked up price than it actually costs to install the things because
Mm.
the guy's friend is in the local government. He gets the contract for that. And
Yeah.
why don't we blab about it? Because normies don't give a shit. In fact, they'll probably attack you. They'll call you a loser. And they'll probably try to ruin your presence in the public space because they're probably in on it or think that they're going to be. They want to be that guy's friend. And now you've presented an easy opportunity for them to earn his favor. And that is how things work on the local rural level. From what I've heard about like corruption with companies and the police in New York City, apparently it's not that different there. There's just more people and more money involved. So yeah, you want an easy way to, well, I guess it's not easy because you would need to have actual knowledge of the area, but if you had that knowledge and you point out, hey, I know you're a meth dealer, that's a quick way to get your ass kicked by a plumber and his brother.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I guess so. It is sort of a weird thing. It is sort of accusatory
Meth.
to come at somebody like that. Like, dude, you're a
No,
meth
but
dealer.
they actually are a meth dealer.
I know, but like the way you went, you're like, I could say it in a way that's like cool. I'd be like, yo, you're a meth dealer, man.
Mm.
Like, that's kind of you got
Yeah, but you
you
asked me
sell it.
like, how can I get my shit wrecked? And I'm telling you, walk up and be like, hey, I know what you do.
Well, yeah, because that's like antagonizing.
Yeah, and you know what else antagonizes people? Just having different political opinions. That's also what apparently bar fights here happen over.
Oh, I believe that. But that's my point. Is it takes two to tango.
Well, sometimes people are just assholes. There are dudes that straight up straight up initiated it and deserved it. Like my mom was dating a guy who was stealing her money and he would lie about what he did in the military and shit, and he tried to fight my dad. He got in his face and started screaming. And then my dad literally knocked him out with one punch and he called the police. And basically everybody in the bar just like looked the other way and took his side over it. Like
That's kind of
that
cool.
shit happens. A lot of the bar fight stories are basically my dad because because I don't give a shit about bars, but he somehow apparently like if we just go off of our realities, like everybody in this voice chat, you think, oh, bar fights and like saloons and stuff, that's like that can't happen. That's not real. No, apparently it is like a daily reality.
Yeah.
I would agree with you if I was not told about it
I've seen bar
repeatedly.
fights, but they're like kind of rare.
Yeah, like you're not gonna see a bar fight like every night,
Yeah.
but if you're like a boomer and you go to the bar every day, you're probably gonna get in a bar fight
Yeah.
or at least see one.
Smoke. Yeah. I'm so glad I'm done with bars. They're kind of stupid. I mean, I'll occasionally go to one, but it's just like the going to them like weekly
Hey,
would cringe.
Wolf, can I complain to you for a second?
Sure, no problem.
I'm in your Discord server, and I do like checking in on it, seeing what people are saying. But why is this guy in here just dunking on me and everybody
Who's
else about his black girlfriend?
Oh, hold on, let me say.
Faith Blackfield.
Faith Blackfield? Yeah, he's like mocking
Can
me,
you
saying, "Look at my
be
African queen and shit."
chill, bro? I'm just doing a stream. If you want to come in and debate, do you want that or no?
Wait,
No.
what?
Do you want him to come and like? You don't want him in the voice chat. I assume I'll tell him to chill.
I mean, no, I'm just kidding. I was just joking, man. I just think it was just a observation. I don't really care that much.
I'm sure he gets shit for his black girlfriend or whatever. Like I don't care personally, one way or the
No,
other.
yo. I'm just
I
stirring the pot.
mean,
I apologize.
I don't know, the bar fight discussion's probably concluded anyway. Fucking
Yeah, I'm just ready to throw down. That's all. I wish I'd fucking roll up on somebody's conspiracy and I'm gonna confront them about it. But actually, I probably wouldn't though. That's the thing, Dags. Like you're right. I could imagine stumbling upon people's local corruption, but like maybe I just don't have the balls to like walk up to them and be like, "Hey, man, I know what the fuck you're doing."
you see me doing it, I'm not doing it. You just asked me like how do I get my shit beat up? And I'm like, that's how
I
you do
guess
it.
so.
If you want to get your ass kicked,
Yeah, I
that's how
guess
you
I
do
could
it.
go to South Chicago and just scream nigger and stand on the course. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Damn it.
That's all right. You know, most of these streams I'm gonna take down and put them on Rumble anyway.
You know what? I'm gonna tie myself out for that one.
Yeah. Should I? Are you
Yeah, you're
playing?
probably fine. Like,
Brent, are you still with us on Team Fortress 2, or do you want me to play a different game? Okay, I'm thinking about playing Elder Scrolls. Is that okay, Brent? All right.
How you guys been doing?
Hey, what's
pretty
up,
good.
Faith?
That's Celtic cat.
Oh, Celtic. No, I knew the other person. I just saw his face, but Celtic Cat was here too. A shout out to Celtic Cat.
How you guys doing?
I wasn't expecting that stream. Where I was just talking about like we should just be like elves and have like orgies and shit. Wasn't expecting that stream to get like 2,000 views. I was just like, I'm not even like dead set on that belief. I'm just like,